Now, a lot of Jews are Republican, especially in the Orthodox Jewish community. Why would Jewish Republicans vote for you over Curtis Sliwa?
Because there was no way Curtis Sliwa is a viable candidate. And if you're going to vote for Curtis Sliwa, just vote for Zohran Mamdani. It's faster, and it's the same thing. A vote for Curtis is a vote for Zohran Mamdani. Mamdani is not at 50%. But Sliwa and I now split the other 50. I have double or triple the vote that Sliwa has, but whatever Sliwa has is an obstacle for me vis-a-vis Mandami. So Curtis could never win, but he could stop me from winning, and he could elect Mandami.
You have a relationship with Curtis Sliwa. Have you spoken to him about working together?
I don't have that kind of relationship with Curtis, no. I know there are people who are trying to figure it out, because they understand that right now, if we don't figure out a Curtis situation, it makes it more likely that Mandami would win. And Mandami is an existential threat. New York will be fundamentally damaged under Mandami. You cut the police, which is what he has always said he will do. Defund the police. He said that 9,000 times. It's one of the reasons why we have the lowest police force in New York City in modern political history right now, because of that defund the police, which was from the far left. Fewer police, crime rate will go up. He legalizes prostitution, which is the last thing we need. He won't enforce any misdemeanors. So crime goes up, taxes go up. You're going to see more people leave.
But no, crime is a big issue. What I'm wondering, Mr. Governor, why don't you suggest, he's against police. He said we should have more social workers. He had some death threats. He has New York City Police Department defending him. He should have not police officers, but social workers defending him right now, surrounding him.
His hypocrisy is without humility. The social workers, you're right, but
he's surrounding him. He shouldn't be surrounded by NYPD officers.
He says the NYPD are racist, are wicked, are corrupt, are a threat to public safety. His words, Zev, his exact words. They're anti-queer. They should be defunded, disarmed, and disbanded. His words. He gets a death threat. He's surrounded by NYPD. Social workers. We need social workers. He gets married in Uganda. At his wedding, military police surrounding their mansion in Uganda.
With machine guns, right?
Yeah. Why don't they have social workers? And then if somebody had a problem, they could talk it out.
Finally, as we get close to the end of our interview, you mentioned before, that, and I mentioned, that nothing sticks. It seems to me that he's getting a lot of foreign sources for funding him. He had 50,000 volunteers during the primary. I heard numbers be as many as 100,000. Who's paying them? Why isn't anyone watching the money trail? This is something which should not be allowed during this campaign.
Well, if you look at the New York Post today, you see a story where they start to draw the lines between the Zohran campaign and Middle East money and Middle East connections. That whole college protest situation, the anti-Israel college protests. Zev, the New Yorkers are not stupid. That was a very well-funded operation. It was organized. There was a lot of money there. Those were not college kids in pup tents. This was a very well orchestrated situation. So I think that's becoming more and more clear also.
Now, he is a master of social media, of TikTok. He walks around with camera crews all day long. How do you compete with that to get to younger people that he's used social media fantastically, brilliantly, I think?
He's done a brilliant job with social media. His mother's a film director of some note. He is an actor, rapper. He's never had a job, by the way. He interned for his mother. And he's the child of millionaires, so he never had to work. But yes, he did a very good job with TikTok.
So how do you compete with that?
I'm sorry?
How do you compete with that to get to younger voters?
Well, I made that mistake in the primary, but now in the general, I walk around with a camera crew. I have a great social media team, and it's much different. But I'll tell you something. Think about this. Asked who his favorite mayor was. You know who he said? Bill de Blasio. The only person in New York who would say Bill de Blasio. But all his positions are Bill de Blasio positions. Legalize prostitution, what he calls freeze the rent as his affordable housing. Bill de Blasio did it. Didn't work then, it's not going to work now. Close Rikers Island, build county jails. Every position like de Blasio. And you know what else like de Blasio? No experience managing anything. Bill de Blasio never managed more than 6 people before he became mayor, and now you have 300,000 employees. Zohran managed 5 people, only passed 3 bills in his entire time in the assembly. And like de Blasio, it's all rhetoric, it's all blather, it's all ideology, progressive ideology, but they don't know how to fill a pothole. Who was a mayor who, you look at the successful mayors, Bloomberg wasn't a politician, but he knew how to manage. And it's a management job. And what you know about me, Zev, I make government work. I get things done. I passed 11 budgets on time in a row. First time in modern political history. Since I've left, they haven't passed a budget on time. I went up 2% a year. Fiscal discipline, less than Republican governors increased. I raised the minimum wage, paid family leave, national firsts, LaGuardia Airport, Kennedy Airport, Kosciuszko Bridge. That's how you say it, by the way, not Kosciuszko. Kosciuszko Bridge, Mario Cuomo Bridge, Shirley Chisholm Park. So 2nd Avenue subway. I make government work. I get things done, and that's what New Yorkers want. Public safety, I'll hire 5,000 cops. Number 1. And number 2, affordable housing, you want to bring down the rent? You have to build more units. We need 500,000 units. I know how to build. I'll get it done. We have to change our attitude with the business community. They're all leaving. They all think we're a tax capital, over-regulated, and that government hates business, which is what New York basically says, right? We have to change that attitude. 180. Tax the
rich is the motto, right? Tax the rich.
Tax the rich, tax the businesses, tax the corporation. Yeah, you're going to tax them right to Florida. And then Trump has it right. Trump says if Mamdani wins, he's going to take over New York. So the picture in my mind is, if Mandami wins, there'll be an inaugural parade down 5th Avenue of Donald Trump leading federal tanks to take over New York, and New Yorkers on I-95 headed south in a traffic jam that goes on for 1,000 miles.
By the way, as we're closing, you referred to him several times during the debate as Assemblyman. Didn't that confer a status on him because he accomplished nothing as Assemblyman? Wouldn't you be better off calling him by his first or last name as opposed to Assemblyman?
You know, I was trying to be respectful.
Why? He doesn't deserve respect.
He doesn't deserve respect. You're right. And he's not going to get it next time.
Thank you for watching. If you like this content, you like our programs, please like and subscribe, as it helps the channel get these important conversations out there to a larger audience. So please become a supporter of Talkline with Zev Brenner by liking us, by supporting us, and telling all your friends to watch. Thank you.